Unit 1. Listen to part of a lecture in an art class. Undoubtedly, one of the most influential artists in 20th century Mexican art was Frida Kahlo, and perhaps the most innovative aspect of her work was the use of the self-portrait to convey the emotions of her inner life. Let me show you an example. Here's a picture of one of her most famous paintings. It's entitled The Two Fridas and was painted in 1939. On the right is the Mexican Frida in traditional Mexican dress. On the left is the European Frida in a colonial white dress, possibly a wedding gown. The two women are seated on a green bench, holding hands, looking very composed and calm. But the shocking aspect of the picture is their two hearts that are depicted as if in a medical anatomy illustration and are joined together by veins and arteries. One vein is connected to a miniature portrait of Frida's husband, which she holds in her hand. The peaceful expressions on their faces and their body language contradict the graphic medical imagery and illustrate Kahlo's internal psychological conflict and is influenced by principles of surrealism that seek to externalize the inner processes of the mind. This painting was created at a time in her life when she was experiencing conflict in her relationship with her husband, the artist Diego Rivera. But there was also conflict for her in terms of her identity as a person with both European and Mexican roots. Some have also suggested that the painting offers us an insight into the contradictions in women's identity in society, although I'm not sure whether that was really her intention. Although Kahlo's work is intensely autobiographical on the surface, her vision also transcends the personal in expressing dualities in the identity of the individual as well as that of a nation or a society. The image forces us to analyze how identity is constructed, deconstructed, and reminds us of its fragility. Now, let's move on to another example of her work.